Blended Lives is a living history experience for our fourth graders in Lynn County School District. The Riley House itself is living history because it has been here for 123 years. Rarely do we get the opportunity, do young people get the opportunity to experience the past through a physical structure like the Riley House.
One of the things we did is put together some curriculum on Harriet Tubman. That was one of the stations that they had. The other ones was to participate in African American music and folklore, that kind of thing. And the third station is to actually go through the John G. Riley Museum and experience the exhibit, learn about the history of the Riley Museum. And we have an animatronics of Mr. Riley, and they have an opportunity to hear him speak to them directly and just visit and know the history of the home.
Waiting in the water, children wait in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Now, over there is your final destination. That is freedom. I want you to run over there and shout, freedom! 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 Come on back.
They hold the lanterns because they were traveling at night. And they were traveling at night, and it's also to, really make sure that the kids get engaged with what happened during that time period. So it was a matter of them being able to, as passengers, listening to the instructions of the conductor, who was Harriet Tubman.
It is the oldest African-American historic house in Tallahassee for sure, no doubt in the Panhandle. That was the home of a former slave that is still standing 123 years later. Original property is being preserved, restored, and is open to the public to come in at any time to experience the past.
Mr. John G. Riley himself was an extraordinary man that served in education. He was the first principal of the old Lincoln High School. And many of the families in this area and properties in this area was owned by Mr. Riley. And we are right next door to a community that is being developed that was also African American, which is Smoky Hollow. And they all know about the famous Amos Cookie man. He used to live in Smoky Hollow.
Journey with Miss Jamie. Journey with Miss Jamie. To the Underground Railroad.
I implemented the theme song, The Journey with Miss Jamie, because it has the ring to it as to what they actually journeyed to, whether it was the Underground Railroad, the Civil War, the Reconstruction era. That is included in the theme song. So the first thing they'll know is that they'll go home and tell their parents specifically what it was that they sang about.
When people walk into the room and see Mr. Riley, a lot of them think that, oh, this is another like wax museum. But then when he began to bat his eyes and move his foot and then proceed to talk about what Tallahassee was all about, we've had everything from loud screams to people exiting the room right quickly to others walking up and saying, wow, look at his fingers, look at the hair. I mean, this is just like a living person sitting here. So we get a variety of reactions.
And so we want them to know that there's a rich history in this community and they have an awful lot to be proud of. And we want it to be blended lives so that all cultures can learn about it.
It is rare for museums to have a life-size, almost authentic rendering of a person from the past, as we do here at the Riley House. In October of 2008, we thought it would be a good idea for people to not only see the portrait or the photos of Mr. Riley, but to have the opportunity to walk into his space, which he's seated now in his office, and to have him share what it was like for him growing up in Lynn County, living here for 97 years. So that led us to pursue the opportunity to bring him back to his home at 419 East Jefferson Street.